I'm telling a story about a small town girl who had big dreams. She was a Pakistani girl, like me.
How I'm looking? Beautiful.
But like young women around the world, she used her social media posts to become someone different. Someone she wasn't meant to be.
पाकिस्तान अगर इंडिया को हरा देता है तो मैं पूरे मुल्क के लिए स्ट्रीट डांस करूंगी.
She had fled from her violent husband to try and live an extraordinary life as a huge online star. She called herself girl power, raw in her sexuality. She danced, she stripped, she was loved and hated, but that was cut short by another brutal act of male violence. Her own brother confessed he strangled her. It's a so-called honor killing because he felt so much shame at her behavior that he murdered her. Women like me across Pakistan felt her death very personally.
The only option you have is to just accept your fate and just die trying to be someone. She died trying to be someone.
I want to know what role religion and an incident with one imam in particular played in the killing. Were these sexy selfies with him the real reason she had to die?
He is too good. Oh my God, I can't believe.
By the time they were taken, Qandeel Baloch was established as one of Pakistan's biggest social media stars. Her sexy online posts attracted millions of hits, and she was often on TV.
Assalamu alaikum, Mufti Sahab.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम, क्या हाल है मोहतरमा?
This was the first time Qandeel Baloch and Mufti Abdul Qavi, a cleric from Multan, appeared on TV together.
इसलिए आए कि उलमा.
Mufti Qavi is well known in Pakistan. He's part of the country's religious council. He has appeared on a number of TV shows with other Pakistani models, discussing moral issues with them. During this interview, Mufti Qavi suggests he and Qandeel meet up when he next visits Karachi.
इंशाल्लाह मुलाकातें होंगी.
जी जरूर.
अच्छा मुफ्ती साहब.
होगी हमारी.
She'd been pretty daring with him too. She publicly asked the mullah to get her a date with the famous cricketer and politician Imran Khan.
Imran, I want to marry with you. Will you marry me? Please.
On the 20th of June, during the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, Qandeel and Mufti Qavi met in a hotel room in Karachi. Who invited whom is hotly debated.
आप लोगों को पता आज मैं किनसे मिलने आई हूँ? पता?
During that meeting, Qandeel takes a number of selfies with Mufti Qavi. She publishes the selfies. They spread like wildfire. Because, well, these are not poses you usually do with an imam. The media's interest in the model and the mullah soars. Suddenly, they're everywhere, on every channel. As a result, Mufti Qavi was humiliated. He was suspended from the National Religious Council. Qandeel's brother killed her, but Mufti Qavi and the selfies clearly played some role. 4 men were arrested for Qandeel's murder. Her brother Wasim and her cousin Haq Nawaz are the men being tried for actually killing her. The person who drove the car is a relative of Mufti Qavi, and so makes Mufti Qavi a so-called person of interest in Qandeel's murder investigation. I have to go and meet Qavi.
Everyone that's close to Qandeel feels he is hugely responsible for what has happened to her. If the whole Maulvi Qavi business did not show up on mainstream media, she might still be alive.
Make sure I look decent. जो खानदान है वो फिर भी बार बार आप ही का नाम ले रहा है कि आपकी वजह से लोग जो है कंदील के खिलाफ हो गए और उसके भाई को भी जो है जिन लोगों ने फिर वर्गलाया, आप ही की वजह से वर्गलाया, इसलिए जो हादसा पेश आया वो पेश आया।
इब्तिदाई दिनों में हो सकता है कि कुछ लोगों के दिलों में ये बात आई हो कि मुफ्ती साहब कसूरवार हैं। मेरे खानदान को जानते हैं, जो मेरे गुफ्तगू से बाखबर हैं, मैं नहीं समझता कि उनके दिल में ये बात है। ये सबकी बात यही थी तकरीबन कि मुफ्ती साहब आपके साथ जो कुछ इस मोहतरमा ने किया है गलत किया है, इस तरह नहीं करना चाहिए था।
लीगली जो लोग इस केस को इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रहे हैं, जो उसके वालिदैन हैं, वो आपको कसूरवार ठहरा रहे हैं।
कि उसकी वालदा ने जो कुछ कहा है, हर आदमी समझता है कि उसने गलत कहा है, और जो आदमी किसी अहले दीन पर, अहले इस्लाम पर, अहले फतवा पर, मैंने उसको बड़ा फैलाया था, उस पर जब हम किसी तरह का कोई इल्जाम लगाएं तो हमें सबक हासिल करना चाहिए इस तरह के वाकयात का, जिस तरह का वाकया कंदील बलोच के साथ हुआ।
He may not have murdered her, but he wasn't exactly upset that she'd been made an example of. His tone was threatening. He was adamant that he was innocent and that Qandeel's death was an act of God. But something did happen off camera that really made me shudder. I went inside his house to pray and he tried to touch me, he's touching my face, and I'm just like, what the? And with whatever intent, he was being absolutely sleazy and it was completely uncalled for. There was just no reason for him to come this close and touch me for whatever reason. With the police taking an active interest in Kavi, I was keen to see what the female officer leading the case thought of Mufti Kavi. More than anything, I wanted to also tell her about what had happened to me. मैं कभी रात के पास गई थी।
ओह रियली?
जी।
फिर
ठीक है, नमाज का वक्त था, मैंने कहा मैंने नमाज पढ़नी है। कोई बात जब शुरू बात की तो मैंने कहा आपका जो नाम है उसका ये फलाना ढमकाना मतलब जो भी, तो मैंने कहा पूछे, मैंने कभी आप कुछ कह रहे थे शुरू में मेरे नाम का ये मतलब, ये जो तुम्हारा।
Note it.
The fact is that there's nothing to connect Mufti Kavi to the murder of Qandeel. Atiya's going through phone records to see if the mullah knew Qandeel's brother who had killed her, but she's found no link.
Maybe कहीं से तो connection मिल जाए ऐसा, क्योंकि मैंने आपको पहले कहा अगर गैरत के नाम पे वो भाइयों ने मारना तो पहले मार देते। 20 जून के इंसिडेंट के बाद ही क्यों?
In the end, only Qandeel's brother knows why he killed her. He took the remarkable step of confessing on live TV.
वो जो मौलवी का मसला बना हुआ है हमारे साथ मीडिया ये पहले तो ये मसला नहीं बना था ना, इसलिए मसला बना है कि हमने ये काम किया।
But he probably thought he would get away with it scot-free, because in Pakistani law, anyone found guilty of an honor killing can be spared punishment if the rest of the family forgives them. Was this the classic honor killing, where the family conspired together to murder a woman because they find her actions shameful? People called Qandeel Pakistan's Kim Kardashian because of her sexy online videos. I'm going to her home village to find out what they thought of her. She fled this place as a teenager after being forced into marriage with a local man. She says her husband beat and tortured her. He denies it. But that's when her incredible rebellion against Pakistani men began.
This model is seen dancing wearing nothing but just a bikini.
She left him, age 17, went to the big city and became a model. Driving through these streets, you really notice that women are almost non-existent. This place is a million miles away from the glamorous lifestyle that Qandeel had become famous for. She grew up here with 2 sisters and 6 brothers, and one of them, Wasim, was the one who actually confessed to killing her. लेकिन वो कमरा कंदील का था, वो वाला, यही वाला बचपन में यहाँ पे होती थी. Qandeel spent her childhood inside this room. ये कब की है?
हाँ
ये कब की है?
पहली जडानी ने गई ना शुरू है
अच्छा,
शुरू है
शुरू
हाँ ये था उसी 14-15
14-15 साल।
हाँ 14 थी लेकिन मोरा तो नजर दिखी है ना 14-15 साल की।
दीदी शोबिस का शौक कैसे हुआ?
टीवी दे दी ना, टीवी घर में जहाँ ना
अच्छा,
दे दिया
तो बचपन में टीवी बहुत देखती
हाँ,
थी।
ये
12 साल चले गए।
अच्छा, तो
टीवी
वैसे
दे दी।
तो वहां से उसको शौक हुआ।
हाँ टीवी भी दे दिया टीवी बहुत शौक न दी।
After Qandeel became a famous model, she moved her parents into a bigger house. She was visiting her family here when she was murdered. अच्छा, वो उस कमरे में मर्डर।
बहुत जुल्म किया, जुल्म ये उसने मकान लिया कर दी, हम बैठे हैं, सब कुछ उसने किया, सोफे दे दिया, अंदर पड़ा उसने लिया कर दिया।
ये कमरा
एक खाट पे ही नहीं
पंखे के नीचे।
हाँ ये हो जा खाली वाली पैंट में निशान आना वाला पर्स सब ये बड़ी ये सुइयां एक कोनी ये नंबर बच्चा इसे चीज आने लगा।
In Pakistani law, anyone found guilty of an honor killing can be spared punishment if the rest of the family forgives them. In other words, Qandeel's dad has the power to set his son free. In a place like this, you might expect a sense of shame that their daughter was known for stripping online. आपको लगता है कंदील ने खानदान की गैरत खाक में मिला दी?
वाह 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 बेटा, वाह बेटा वाह। ऐसी बात, कंदील तो कंदील थी हमारे लिए, कंदील थी हमारे लिए एक फूल था।
Parliament is currently debating a change to the law, so honor killings cannot be forgiven, and the killers cannot go free. To me, what is going to be really, really significant, and which I'm really hoping her parents are going to stick to, is not forgive her killers, and they will stand up for her and for all the other women that are killed in the name of honor. Atiya Jaffrey is the investigating officer. She was one of the first few people at the murder scene and took Qandeel's body to the hospital for post-mortem. Bizarrely, in the corner of her office, she has the actual bed Qandeel was murdered in.
सबसे ज्यादा तो एतराज इस बात पे होता है कि मोस्टली लोग जो है ना ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड कहते हैं कि ठीक ही हुआ है, अच्छा हुआ है, लेकिन जैसे अब हम कहते हैं हम बड़े अच्छे मुस्लिम हैं, हम बड़े अच्छे मुसलमान हैं, खासकर पाकिस्तानियों को बहुत, तो मैं कहती हूँ सिर्फ मुझे ये बता दें कि अल्लाह ने और उसके रसूल ने कहाँ कहा है जो औरत अच्छी नहीं है उसको मार दें। तो ऑनर किलिंग में सिर्फ एक औरत को मतलब है ऑनर की, मुझे तो एक समझ ही आज तक नहीं आई ऑनर क्या चीज़, सिर्फ खातून पे ही क्यों है।
4 men were arrested for Qandeel's murder. Her brother Wasim and her cousin Haq Nawaz are the men being tried for actually killing her. 2 other men are accused of helping plan her death and driving the getaway car.
आप गए हैं वसीम से मिलने? नहीं,
मैं जाऊंगा नहीं, बोलूंगा नहीं, जब आ जावे तो मत।
सर आप पे जाते हैं उससे मिलने, वो यकीनन उससे कंदील के बारे में बात करते होंगे, तो कभी कहता है कि जी मुझे अफसोस है मैंने जो किया है?
रात को सोता है ना,
हाँ जी,
जब नींद आती ना, नींद में आ जाती बहन ना, तो कहते मुझे क्यों मारा, क्या करते लोग कहना ना दूसरा जेल नहीं करना, पता लगे उसको मैंने क्यों मारा, क्या गैरत का नाम था, अभी गैरत देखिए।
तो क्या उम्मीद है कि इनको क्या सजा मिलनी चाहिए?
देख रहा ना, वो दोस्त है मौत सजा।
आप चाहते हैं सजाए मौत हो उनको?
Qandeel's parents clearly didn't put their son up to this murder. They accepted, or at least tolerated, her sexy online persona. And for years, so did he. The shame didn't matter to him, because no one knew that she was his sister. But her real name wasn't actually Qandeel Baloch. Qandeel's journey to stardom started on social media. Her videos were often the most shared and talked about in the country. In 2013, Qandeel first appeared on mainstream TV when she auditioned for Pakistan Idol.
क्या नाम है आपका? Qandeel Baloch. Qandeel Baloch.
Though she didn't get through, she was an instant hit. In her infamous selfie video with a Muslim cleric, Qandeel did something which we know now, started a chain of events that ended with her murder.
He is too good. Oh my God, I can't believe.
She revealed that she was originally from the area around Multan. No one knew that before. It's a conservative part of Punjab province, a far cry from her glamorous online world. The mainstream press went for it. Suddenly, they wanted to know everything about her. They now started to hound her family. For the first time, her brother Wasim's friends and relatives knew that she was his sister. Was the media's behavior the last straw that spurred her brother to kill her? Mubashir Luqman has one of the most watched talk shows in Pakistan. Qandeel had appeared on his show before, but he got an exclusive after the selfies with Mufti Kavi appeared. He got them on his show together.
He loves me a lot.
We're walking onto the sets of Mubashir Luqman's show, one of the most popular political talk shows in the country. So when you initially invited them, what did you want to uncover?
You see, when you are an investigative journalist, you're basically trying to get to the root and to the bottom of everything. And that was the story of the day. And my initial thought was that one of them is lying, and one of them is misleading the public for fake publicity or whatever. And I wanted to find out which one.
आप लोगों को पता आज मैं किनसे मिलने आई हूँ बताओ.
Did you ever think that this was going to put Qandeel's life in danger?
If I had an inclination, I wouldn't have done the show.
The one thing that keeps coming up is that the media is hugely complicit in Qandeel's murder.
I don't know. I think that's sweeping statement to make. I interviewed Benazir as well, and then she got assassinated. I mean, am I responsible? Doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just a job that I do.
The local media went to the length of uncovering her passport and publishing details about her private life.
Don't mix up two things. I mean, you have paparazzi in Britain, for God's sake. What kind of details do they dig out? What kind of a bikini is she wearing, and whether that's a pink bikini, polka dot bikini. I mean, don't blame the local media.
The Daily Pakistan is a national paper based in Multan, where Qandeel's parents live. When they realized that Qandeel was a local girl, they managed to get hold of Qandeel's passport. It revealed that her name was in fact Fawzia Azim. And now that the world knew who she really was, Qandeel couldn't just be a mysterious social media star. Her profile skyrocketed, and she was on TV shows across the land. Everybody wanted to know more about Qandeel Baloch.
I'm the one and only. I'm the one and only.
Pakistan's a conservative place, and the media must have realized that naming her meant shaming her, making her a target. I wanted to meet the journalist who had sourced her passport and revealed her true identity.
हमारे इलाके में ये पहली बात कि इतनी कोई खातून जो है ना अपने आप को आगे ला रही है इतनी करेज के साथ. तो उसके बाद जो है ना हमें भी हुआ कि जो है ना इनका देखें ये कौन है.
तो गालिबन पासपोर्ट आपके हाथ लगा था जो प्रिंट किया?
हाँ जी, पासपोर्ट भी आ.
तो आपको ये नहीं लगा कि अगर इसकी ठीक है नाम तक पर्सनल डिटेल्स अगर पासपोर्ट जैसी इतनी पर्सनल चीज अगर प्रिंट कर दी जाए तो लोग इसकी जान के दुश्मन बन जाएंगे?
नहीं, इसका इतना जो है ना हमें रिएक्शन की उम्मीद नहीं थी।
आपको पर्सनली कंदील की मौत कितनी अफेक्ट की?
मेरी पर्सनल फीलिंग यही है, मैं ना करता।
As a woman, I couldn't believe what he said next.
फिर इस तरह के जो मॉडल्स होती हैं उनको भी सोचना चाहिए कि सोसाइटी कितना ऑब्जर्व कर सकती है हमें, हम किस माशरे में क्या फेंकने जा रहे हैं, क्या लोगों का माइंड सेट कितना है उसको कबूल करने का।
I was really upset by what they had done. The personal details added nothing to the story, but they brought a level of shame that embarrassed the family. In Pakistan, everyone knows where that can lead. And in this case, it led her brother to strangle her in the night. Since Qandeel Baloch's murder, there's been plenty of blame thrown around in Pakistan. But whilst the men of the media and the clergy bicker, everyone seems to have forgotten that a girl has died and that a family is grieving.
अफसोस की बात यह है कि उसके कत्ल के बाद किसी ने आकर अफसोस नहीं किया, कोई एक आदमी भी यहाँ ना आया।
आपको लगता है लोग शायद इसलिए नहीं आए क्योंकि खौफजदा हों, ये जो लोग इसके साथ काम करते थे?
दिलेरी की है, बहादुरी की है, आप तो आ गए हैं।
मैं इसलिए आई क्योंकि मुझे लगता था कि उसके साथ बहुत ज्यादती हुई है, तो मैं इसलिए आई। लोगों ने उसको इतना डीमोनाइज कर दिया था, मैं उसको ह्यूमनाइज करने आई हूँ, ये बताने के एक आम लड़की इस मुल्क में किस मरहले से गुजरती है, उसके पास कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं होती, तो उस पर तनकीद करना बहुत आसान होता है, लेकिन उसकी जिंदगी को अगर आप देखें वो कहाँ से उठ के आई है, तो शायद आपको समझ में आए कि आप भी उसके दोषी हैं। ऐसे बहुत सारी कंदीलें मौजूद हैं जिनको आपने आगे बढ़ने का मौका नहीं दिया। मैं इसलिए
थैंक यू। हमने जो है ना फील किया है, आपको मैंने ये देखा है कि आपको बहुत एहसास है। मैं इस बात पे हैरान हूँ कि आप जब मुल्तान गई थी, मैंने आपकी शक्ल देखी जिस तरह थी, आपकी आंखों से आंसू बह रहे थे, जबकि करीब तरीन जो रिश्तेदार हैं उनकी आंखों में मैंने आंसू नहीं देखे, मगर आपकी आंखों में मैंने आंसू देखे।
It's really easy to point fingers at women, but if you just take a look at where she was coming from, you have nothing. The only option you have is to just accept your fate and just die trying to be someone. She died trying to be someone because she didn't want to accept this life of abject poverty and constant humiliation and abuse. Love you all.